Moved there when I was a baby pa.
Okay, sige, sige. All right, we'll talk a bit about all of that and more when we go on air in around a minute or so. So when we talk to you, we'll be live on TV and on Facebook. So yeah, again, thanks very much for coming over.
Okay, salamat po.
Good evening. We bring you the latest in the world of sports. I'm Paulo Del Rosario.
We give you the conversations you want to hear from your favorite icons and athletes. I'm Diego Dario. And in tonight's Game Plan, we'll give you the latest updates from today's thrilling games in the UAAP Season 85 Men's Basketball Tournament.
And we'll take a look at the brand new team in the PVL, the Akari Power Chargers. And buckle up, sports fans. Let's get in the game. The UAP Season 85 Men's Basketball Tournament wasted no time in today's jam-packed game day with an upset win courtesy of the UE Red Warriors. UE shocked the FEU Tamaraw 76-66. Paranada with 25 points for a career high to go along with 5 assists in that upset victory. Now to help us break down that game and the rest of the men's basketball action today is UAP analyst, my partner, Diego Dario. We're saving on the budget, paying you as both analyst and co-host here. But really appreciate you being here. So first of all, we'll talk a bit about that upset victory.
That's right.
A lot of people have pegged FEU to be the team to be in the mix for the Final Four position, 0-2 start for them. Let's start off first with the UE Red Warriors, though. It was a shocking victory for many reasons because it was the first win in 3 years.
Well, I covered that game, Pao, and the energy was different in the UE Red Warriors bench. I mean, they were, supporting everyone in every basket, and it was a Kyle Paranada show. I called Kyle Paranada, Kyle, my guy Paranada, because number one, he's probably just my height. Number two, he shoots three-pointers like there's no tomorrow. When you talk about Kyle Paranada, I think he has the green light now from Coach Jack Santiago, and they run that perfect 5-out offense where all the bigs, even their centers, can shoot from the outside, and dun nahirapan yung FEU Tamaraws against the UE Red Warriors.
FEU was held to just 8 points and 1 field goal in the third quarter. What is up with FEU right now? Because let's be completely honest here, playing a bit below their own high expectations at the moment.
Well, you have to credit the UE Warriors defense against the FEU Tamaraws. They forced a lot of turnovers for FEU, but for FEU, it seems like the direction is, you don't see where the direction is going when it comes to their offense. LJ Gonzalez will be there, but what's the next option? Who will be there? Patrick Sleet was a welcome addition for FEU, but nothing further than that. So it's going to be a problem for FEU. Who's going to be that next man up now that RJ Abarrientos is out of the picture for FEU?
So let's see whether or not they can put things together. But of course, let's talk a bit more about another interesting game, Adamson against UP. Adamson, first of all, let's talk about those free throws at the end of regulation. It's crazy that a guy that young is able to keep his cool and shoot 3 free throws to force overtime.
Well, that was Sabandal. I think he's in his second year here in Adamson, and he was fouled trying to attempt the three-pointer, and that was a very close call because, the referees had to replay that multiple times, and that was the right call. So 3 free throws for Sabandal, calmly knocking down all 3 to force the OT against UP, but at the end of the day, it was the execution, the talent of UP that won in the end.
Of course, on the overtime period, really, it was one-sided here for UP. And a lot of top performers here. A while ago, we saw Jerome Lastimosa exploding in the second quarter. He ended up with 25 points. But then let's talk about UP. Lucero came up big.
That's right, Zave Lucero. He's probably the reason why Carl Tamayo played little minutes today, because Zave Lucero hit a couple of three-pointers. He has that in his bag, and now he has the green light to do so. And he was big in that 16-point comeback of UP, especially in that third quarter. They were down 16, but because of Zave Lucero, because of guys like Terence Fortea, they rallied their troops, even with Carl Tamayo having a bad game, to win this against Adamson. That's the championship experience that we expect from the Fighting Maroons.
You know, right now, I hope you don't mind me saying this, UP, I believe, still have another level to go, simply because they still haven't controlled the game from start to finish.
That's right.
In fact, they started out slow in the first two games here.
Well, people are calling them the UP cramming Maroons because they slow start every single time, and they just find ways to come back and rally together to find wins. But eventually, if they continue to do that, that's going to haunt them in the future. So they have to continue working on getting a strong start in their next games.
Speaking about student bodies who are great at cramming, the De La Salle Green Archers able to beat
from personal experience,
as a crammer myself
got it.
Back in the day. Beating the UST Growling Tigers, of course, DLSU came up with a convincing win here, and I think they had to, considering the way they lost last time around.
Well, defense will always be the name of the game for the Green Archers, especially with Manong Derek there as their head coach, and that's what they did. Nick Cabanero had 33 points in the opening day, and in this ball game, they just locked down Nick Cabanero. I think he probably only had 10 points or even less than that in that ball game. Because of the defense, they put pressure, always helping on Nick Cabanero's drives. And, of course, the rookie of La Salle, talking about Kevin Kiambao, played better compared to his opening day. He had 11 points and a couple of assists for Kevin Kiambao, his usual game. And this is the right time to settle down now for Kevin Kiambao, because second game na, no more first game jitters for KQ.
Shawnee Winston ended up with 19 points. Cyrus Austria ended up with 13. And, of course, Michael Phillips with a double-double of 12 rebounds and 11 points. So, big day for DLSU. For those wondering what the final score was, it was 83-63 in favor of the La Salle Green Archers. Now, of course, you look at UST, though. UST, they've had a great start to the season, obviously, and it's so good and so nice seeing a good UST team, because UST fans up in the stands has to be one of the highlights of the UAP. Any silver linings for you when it comes to UST?
Well, first of all, I definitely agree with the cheer of UST, probably the most hyped cheer in the UAP. But when you talk about UST, you see the guy is Nick Cabanero now. With Sherwin Concepcion out, Nick Cabanero will try to lead this team together with Faya, their foreign student athlete. They're the 1-2 punch here for UST. Wherever they go, UST will. So they have to find ways to be productive even when the defense is ready for all their attacks.
25% from the field is Nick Cabanero, shooting 5 of 20. So let's see whether or not he can improve with that next time. He did have 7 rebounds to go along with 3 assists. So let's see whether or not he can shape things up in the future.
Well, of course, but now we still have another game, quadruple header on Wednesday. So UAAP fans, the basketball action is still ongoing as the Ateneo Blue Eagles face the NU Bulldogs. You can watch that matchup live on One Sports and the UAAP Varsity channel. Now, after the break, we'll get to know the newcomers of the PBL, the Akari Power Chargers. Stay tuned, you're watching The Game.
on the UAAP Varsity channels, One Sport, Signal Play, and Smart Giga Play.
Welcome back to the game. The Premier Volleyball League's Reinforced Conference is back with a couple of key changes. Let's see what's in store for Pinoy volleyball fans.
We just finished the press conference for the upcoming Reinforced conference that will start this Saturday, October 8th. For this Reinforced, we have 9 club teams who will play it out for the finals. The 9 club teams will start playing a single round robin in the elimination, and after which the top 4 teams will qualify to the semifinals, and they will play again another single round robin, of which the top 2 teams will play in the finals in a best of 5 series. The losers of the top 4 in the semifinals will play a best of 3 for third place. So that will be the tournament format for the Reinforced Conference this coming 2022.
Now, speaking of changes, a new challenger has entered the PVL and they're making their debut in the Reinforced Conference. Let's welcome the Akari Power Chargers own with Erica Raagas and Rachel Horvina. What's up, ladies? Welcome to the game.
Hi. Thanks for having us.
No.
Thank you.
All right, let's start it off with Erica Raagas. Just want to know, how are you recruited here? We last saw you play for Ateneo. How were you recruited to actually play here for the PVL for Akari?
After I decided to forgo my remaining years with Ateneo, I tried out. Buti nakahabol pa ako sa last week of tryouts for Akari. So that's how I got in.
You know, Erica, it's funny because I'm sure it was a big decision to jump from Ateneo to the pro scene. We'll get into that in just a bit because at the same time, I also want to give credit to Rachel, Raya, because she made the move from Edmonton to Manila. And I could only imagine what went through your head when you decided to take the plunge here. Can you walk us through it?
Yeah, it was a real whirlwind deciding to come from Canada all the way here. I was originally supposed to come to the Philippines for school to pursue a master's, but I really still had that hunger to play volleyball. And so I was maybe going to play volleyball post-secondary, but I had an agent who told me about Akari, and things kind of just fell into place very quickly. And I was able, like Erica, to luckily have Bolsa last week of the tryout as well, which was really nice of them.
That's right. A lot of new players here for the Akari Chargers. But Erica, how's the chemistry so far with all the new and young players coming in for your team?
I feel like we're a good mix of players naman. Some of us were opponents, UAAP. Some di ko nga naabutan yung iba eh.
Yeah, how's that experience?
It's really nice actually. You get to meet all kinds of people and fun. We're still working on our chemistry inside the court, but we'll get there naman eventually.
Erica, I don't want to throw you under the bus here, but do you have any teammates that you used to watch and then now you're teammates when you're thinking like, oh, I never thought I'd be here with her?
Probably si Ate Mitch. Yeah, it's probably Ate Mitch. Kasi Lasal eh, rival school, and then, you know, the tension, kahit na you don't really know them personally,
right.
just the fact that they're from Lasal, parang, kalaban, gano'n.
Excuse me, ang babait kaya namin, okay?
Lasal, by the way, si Pao.
I'm not saying.
Don't worry,
my guys
Ateneo
can
UP
mean
were
anything.
kind of teammates here, you know, America.
you're not.
But
Yeah.
let's go to Rachel. Rachel, how's the preparation so far for your upcoming season here in the PVL?
I think we've definitely seen a very steady upwards growth, and so it's very encouraging. I think the addition of Priscilla as well recently has definitely boosted our energy as a group. I think we really feed off of each other very well, and every day is just a new learning experience, and everybody has something new to bring to the table, which is really good.
Well, Raya, you know, you talk a bit about the adjustment, first of all, personally a while ago, then you talk a bit about the preparation that you girls have had. Have you all gotten together and laid out expectations for you guys personally and as a team going into your first conference as Akari?
I think we haven't explicitly talked about where we want to place. I know that everyone just has the hunger to win. And so we take it one step at a time at this point, since we're a young team and we're still building. But we all have that hunger to win, and that's our main objective, to work as a team to achieve that goal.
And Erica, so far you're probably one of the youngest in the team. Ano na yung mga natutunan mo sa mga veterans here in the Akari Chargers as you prepare for the season?
Probably the thing that I learned was you don't need to be the tallest or the strongest in the team to contribute. Everyone has a role na they need to play in the team. So I think the challenge for us na lang is to accept that role and know how to like work together na.
All right. Girls, I'm going to do your opponents a favor and ask you girls for a little scouting report on each other. Raya, I want to ask you first. Obviously, this is the first time with you working with all these girls in particular. And is there any teammate that you had that really surprised you with the skill level? Someone that you ended up looking up to more based on your practices together and your time together so far?
I've mentioned it before somewhere. I definitely was surprised with Critch. I think because when I first met her, Critch Maxwell, because when I first met her, she was very bubbly and we didn't meet on the court. But then as soon as she got on, I was very impressed with her professionalism, and she packs a really hard punch. Everyone in general, though, has really surprised me and impressed me every single day. I love seeing everyone grow. and I learn a lot from each of them. So.
And Rachel, a lot of volleyball fans here in the Philippines are wondering what to expect from you, and you're about to answer that question. What can we expect from a Rachel Horvina in the upcoming PVL season?
Eric Aragas, and of course, when you look at all of it, what can we expect from Akari in general?
Siguro we're still in the team, but don't count us out. Yun lang. We'll give you guys a good fight, that's for sure. And we promise we won't back down. So that's all. We'll just show you na lang.
Napaka-simple. I like that. Show us instead of telling us. And that makes it harder for us interviewing you girls. But then still, we really appreciate you both. And we cannot wait to see Akari taking charge in the upcoming PVL. Again, thank you very much for joining us on the show. And we can't wait to see you on the Taraflex.
Thank you, ladies.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Volleyball fans don't need to wait much longer as the PVL returns in just 3 days. Catch the PVL live on One Sports, One Sports Plus, Signal Play, and Smart Giga Play. Now, when we return, find out what's next for our nation's finest pole vaulter, EJ Obiena. Stay tuned. You're watching The Game. Welcome back. You're watching The Game. World number 3 pole vaulter EJ Obiena is back in the Philippines and already has many plans in store rather. Let's take a look at this.
It's good to do this, and there's a lot of things I want to do for the sport in our country. So I think it's very good that I'm here. I'm finally able to talk to the people that I need to talk to hopefully make all of these things that I want to do for the country happen. It's still, I think, a long journey ahead of us, and but still, I'm very happy to be here. Spend some time with my family, spend some time with my dogs finally. So it is nothing short of amazing. At the moment, wala naman po. For this year, no competitions whatsoever. I'll be starting on January. there's going to be where I start my indoor season. Most probably going to be in Europe. February, I'll be in Asia. I need to compete in the Asian Indoor Championship, which is going to be in Kazakhstan, I believe.
EJ Obiena laying out his plans in the future. Of course, going to be a busy next year for him as he tries to ramp up and compete in the upcoming 2024 Paris Olympics, which is the big goal he has in mind. EJ also mentioned that he will want to set up a pole vault clinics to expand and diversify the amount of sports clinics that we have here. And first of all, would you try it, Jex?
I mean, why not, right? It's a new sport. If maybe I'm good at it, maybe I can compete, Pao. But you love what you're seeing from EJ Obiena. He's trying to give back to the sport, trying to give back to the Philippines, and he wants to start from at a young age. And that's how you start the development of different sports. That's how basketball, that's how volleyball started. When you develop the grassroots, eventually you are gonna have some talent and some potential when they grow up and eventually become the next EJ Obienas. And I really love what you're seeing from this guy.
How big of an inspiration is EJ Obiena to you?
Well, EJ Obiena, I mean, representing the country is no joke. He's one of the bravest. He's one of the, when it comes to representing the country, he's always there. It's always a privilege and not an obligation to represent the country and to work hard, not just for yourself, but for all the Filipinos behind you.
And of course, EJ Obiena taking much into the time off, enjoying his time with his dogs, and you can't really put a price on that. And of course, much good luck to EJ Obiena, and hopefully he takes his time here, relaxes, mentally ready for next year.
Right.
And I think we haven't seen the last of highlights and accolades for this guy.
And we're always going to support this guy, EJ Obiena. He's done a great job, and he's going to continue to reach higher levels here for the Philippines.
All right, and that'll do it for us today. Of course, again, EJ Obiena, make sure you follow his career throughout Europe especially, and in Asia come February next year.
And that's it for tonight. Thank you for joining us. I'm Diego Dario.
Catch us weeknights here on One News, One Sports, and One Sports Plus. I'm Paolo Del Rosario, and this has been The Game.